Good evening, October 27th, 2014. I welcome you all once again back to our current affairs session. We'll resume the discussion for this week. Hopefully, you have enjoyed all holidays very nicely. We'll look into the latest issues that are happening. So many things are happening around the world and even in India, locally and globally. So we'll see a few points today. There are various issues that are going on today. The concept of black money has again come into the picture. For quite a long period of time, the government of India and the people of the country are looking for the releasing the list of the candidates, names of the candidates who are involved in the holding black money. And of course, today the government has submitted in an affidavit 3 names to the Supreme Court. And as we know already, Supreme Court is monitoring this case for quite long period of time. And we have seen various governments, and finally, after Narendra Modi becomes the Prime Minister of India, it has promised that, so they are going to do it very soon. Accordingly, special investigation team has been organized, and today in the morning, the government has submitted the names. But it seems that more than 800 people have involved in this. More than 800 Indians, they are holding the accounts in foreign nations and which are considered to be the black money. This is the place where they are saving the black money. Having an account in any other country is not a crime, but the permission has to be taken by the RBI. Of course, nowadays the rules have been changed. For every account, you need not take the permission from RBI, but if the amount that we are storing in the bank is exceeding certain limits, then the RBI permission is a must. And out of these 800 names that are that's what we are hearing, but only 3 names have been revealed by the government of India to the Supreme Court. Out of these 3, there was no politician, and all the 3 are the businessmen. Of course, one of the ministers in the UPA government, she's presently an MLA. Her name is coming out, but she rejected the allegations. She said that it's a mere allegation. So these are the few points here. So let me straight away open the document for you and we'll try to discuss the various issues. Kindly hang on. I'm opening the document for you. The first one we'll see. Look at this. Absolute zero. Most of you must be knowing. We heard this words absolute zero. And as we know, it is equal to minus 273 degrees, 273.15 degrees Celsius. If you look at this point number 2, which I'm highlighting it now, the theoretical physics says that the temperature can never go below this limit. So this is the theoretical physics. So now practically it has been proved out. Practically it has been proved out. Here, if you look at this, this happened in Italy. The scientists in National Nuclear Physics Institute in Italy carried out the experiment and set the world record of the lowest temperature ever achieved in the universe. It's a fantastic thing. It was never achieved in the universe, and the first time it has been achieved. So they have cooled the copper vessel to an absolute zero. So this is a wonderful achievement. So kindly remember this. So now I am scrolling it down, and kindly remember the National Nuclear Physics Institute that is located in Italy, it has achieved it. The name of the nation is important, and name of the institution is also important with respect to that country. Next, I'm flowing down. Look at this simple point. Already we have seen. There is no point in hiding the answer here. Look at this. Absolute zero is 1, 2, 3 ABC. If you look at this ABC, answer should be C. Just now we have seen. See here, this is generally a question in any examination, and in the nearest examination, it may be most possible question in the examination, because The absolute zero concept is again there in the news, and this experiment has been successfully conducted in Italy. Since it is there in the news, so there is a possibility of the question. Right now, I'm going to the next question. We have another question. Have a look at this. Which of the following terrorist organization is the richest in the world? See, generally what happens whenever we are looking at any country, if the country is really rich, then obviously the government of that particular country will be utilizing the resources that are available with them for the welfare activities of the people. That's the reason every one country in the world wants to be rich. Economically, they want it to be very, very sound. But now the question is related to a terrorist organization. It is a dreaded organization rather. There is no place for terrorism as far as any country is concerned. It is completely unconstitutional, illegal. So these are the people with no ethics, no moralities, and they believe in certain things, and they think that that is the whole world. So in order to achieve that one, so they declare the war against remaining other society in the world, and for that reason also they need the survival. Hence, these are the organizations which will try to earn so much of money. But where from you earn this money? People generally in the world, or in any country or in any place, they earn the money out of their hard work. But these are the people, terrorist organizations, they will just keep on earning the money on the name of the extortion. They earn the money on the name of the ransom. They earn the money on capturing some of the important institutions. Similarly, if you look at this ISIS today, what we are talking about, this Reddit organization for quite long period of time, it already captured so many oil wells, and from there, whatever the revenue they are generating, and entire revenue is coming to the terrorist organization. And the news says that millions of dollars are flowing to this ISIS every day. And according to the latest estimates, that it is earning $1 million. $1 million every day, it seems. Very, very, very huge. And definitely, it is really a threat to the entire world. If that organization becomes more stronger and stronger, it will have the capacity to purchase the arms. It will have the capacity to elude the youngsters who are present across the world. By throwing the money, they may try to attract the youngsters, and unfortunately, the youngsters, they may get motivated negatively, and they may get attracted to towards the principles of this ISIS. But kindly remember, no constitution in the world supports the concept of the terrorism. Hence, these are the organizations which are banned. That is the reason why entire world is against the concept of the terrorism. And today, if you look at this question, just now I told you the answer also. ISIS is the answer. Otherwise, every terrorist organization will try to get so much of money so that its activities will continue. But it is illegal and unconstitutional. That is the basic point here. Let's look at the answer, and the answer is ISIS here. Now, I am opening the document again. Look at this. Which of the following terrorist organization is the richest in the world? You must be knowing all the names. 1, 2, 3. Al-Qaeda, LTTE, Liberation Tigers of Tamil Eelam. It is there in Sri Lanka. Of course, the activities have come down after the killing of Prabhakaran, the chief of LTTE, by the army. Next one is the ISIS. This is what we are discussing for quite long period of time in our discussions. And the last one is the LET, that is Lashkar-e-Toiba. These are all the terrorist organizations. Kindly remember the names here. And answer is ISIS in this particular question. Now, look at this. It seems that ISIS is earning millions of dollars by selling from black market oil seeds. And these are the oil wells that were captured by ISIS. And apart from that, they are also earning the money on the name of the ransoms and extortions. We have seen some of the journalists from UK and USA, they have been beheaded. Before that one, they have demanded the ransom. Clear, they have demanded the extortion from the concerned governments, but the governments have not accepted, and they have brutally beheaded the journalists who belong to these countries. Hopefully, the whole world will fight against this ISIS, and normalcy will be established as soon as possible. Okay, I'm scrolling it down. I think we have another question here, important one. You must be knowing the answer. It was there in the news. Which of the country's parliament has been attacked by a terrorist on October 22nd, 2014? Australia, Canada, France, and Germany. See here, the previous question also, I was talking to you about the terrorist organization. So he is a person who is the citizen of Canada, and he is planning to become a member in this ISIS, and he tried to attack this parliament, and of course he entered into the parliament also, and one of the army personnel was killed also, and of course this terrorist was also shooted out later by the army. So meaning this is a situation which is demanding the whole world to be very, very alert. So these particular type of people may be coming out in any area. Recently, during our previous classes also, we have understood that even from India also, some of the youth, they tried to go to this ISIS. They wanted to join this ISIS. And when they are trying to cross Indian borders, when they are trying to go to Bangladesh, from there they wanted to reach the Syria and Iraq, they were caught and they were sent back. Like this, it is happening in every country, most of the countries here. And we have the information even from the Australia also. So Australia is also one country from where the people are getting motivated to become. Hence, the international community has decided to strengthen the security measures to see that the people will not be carried away the slogans or the sayings that are given by the terrorist organizations. That is the reason why the responsibility lies with the government. So instead of feeling embarrassed after the people go and join this ISIS, stop them initially itself. That's the reason why we always say the responsibility of the government is continuous. It cannot rest. It keeps on working. That is how the system has to function in any country. Clear? And with respect to this question, so obviously the answer should be Canada. Look at this. Which of the country's parliament has been attacked by a terrorist? And the answer is Canada. Look at this. Fine. So kindly remember this, very important. Now again, of course, you need not remember the name of this person. He was a terrorist. He was killed, of course. So the name of the terrorist was Michael Zehaf Bibiu. He was a Canadian citizen. Now I'm scrolling it down. We have another question, very, very important rather. Which of the following international organizations has decided to cut the 40% of the emissions by the year 2030? Now, this is a concept we are talking about, the carbon emissions. Lots of pollution is happening throughout the world. It is not one country or two countries, but the whole world is doing this. This is happening because the too much of industrialization concept has come into the picture. Industrialization is a welcome gesture that will lead to the rapid development of the economy of any country. It's really a good thing. But on the name of the industrialization, more pollution is being created. The greenery that is present on the earth is being cut, and in that place we are establishing the industries. And in most of the cases, the norms that are to be followed with respect to industrialization are being violated by the industrialists. That is the reason why the more pollution is getting accumulated, more carbon dioxide is being released into the market, in the atmosphere. When more carbon dioxide is released, if the greenery is present, the plants will absorb the carbon dioxide. But the greenery is coming down, the percentage is very, very low. And these emissions are reaching and they are affecting and they are causing problem to the ozone layer. That's the reason why the ozone layer, as you know, which is giving protection to the globe, that ozone layer is under threat. It is getting depleted. That's the reason why the levels of the temperature is increasing like anything. Look at this. So we are in the month of October. Still we feel lots of sultry. Why it is happening? So this is the situation. This is the worst things that are going to happen. And in future, if these emissions are not restricted, this is going to create lots of problems. Hence, the future generations will be suffering very, very badly. That's the reason why the international community has decided that let us cut these emissions to the possible extent so that the sustainable development will be maintained. There should be an ecological balance. Otherwise, if there are disturbances here, the whole world will get destroyed over a period of time. That is the idea. And today I am talking to you about one international organization which has decided to reduce its emissions by 40% by the year 2030. And you know what is an international organization? So this is a group of the countries. If these countries will take a decision and strictly implement it, definitely these countries are contributing for the reduction of the emissions. It's really a welcome gesture. But the thing is that we have seen so many countries are promising, so many organizations have also promised, but unfortunately, when it comes to the end of the day, they are not meeting the targets put by themselves. Hence, there is a necessity for the international community to work more towards this. And here, if you look at this, today the question is related to the emissions, cutting the emissions by 40%, and the answer is the European Union. European Union is an international organization. It's a group of 28 countries, and these countries have decided to go for it. Again, it's a welcome decision that has been taken by the European Union. Similarly, other international organizations, rather every country must take the pledge. Of course, they have already taken the pledge, but when it comes to the implementation, unfortunately, it is not happening. But hopefully, we'll see that in the nearest future, the emissions will come down so that the ecological balance will be maintained. I'll just show you the question again, and I told you the answer. The answer is the European Union. Look at this. Look at the question. Read the question, please. Which of the following international organization has decided to cut the 40% of the emissions by 2030? Okay, it is the European Union. Kindly remember this. And see here, since European Union is there in the news, let me tell you one point also. There may be a possibility of the question, how many countries European Union? Or they may ask you, what is the strength of European Union? Kindly remember, it is 28. 28 countries are the members in European. Look at this. Another point we are coming across with this, that is the defense deal worth of 80,000 crores. It is fantastic, very huge, very high. So it is the thing that is decided by the so-called the defense ministry. In India, since the year 2001, we have one office called Defense Acquisition Councils. It is called Defense Acquisition Council, and this Defense Acquisition Council was established in the year 2001. Since then, that is present. The idea of creating the Defense Acquisition Council is that it will recommend for the requirements for Army, Air Force, and Navy. Obviously, we have seen in the previous classes also, defense mechanism is one of the important, rather one of the highest priority area for any country in the world, and India is also not an exception. That's the reason why when it comes to the defense matters here, we give the highest priority because the security of the nation should be given the top priority. So this is a common practice which is being done by various countries in the world. Until and unless our defense system is not very strong to counter the insurgencies or counter anybody's operations will become difficult for the nation. Hence, we are accumulating lots of this defense material. These are the weapons which are used for Army, Air Force, and Navy. And recently we have decided to purchase the various weapons, the worth of 80,000 crores. It is really very, very huge. That includes aircrafts, that includes submarines, that also includes the anti-tank missiles. Some of them we are going to make it indigenously. Indigenously means with our own technology that is available in India, we are going to do it. Some we are going to import from Israel, meaning from various countries we are importing them. So in the coming 5 years, the idea is fixed now. We have the defense ministry, the government of India is going to spend 80,000 crores for accumulating the various weapons for our military system. And when it comes to Defense Acquisition Council, kindly remember, it is a recommending body. And it is headed by the defense minister. When you are going to spend so much of money with respect to the defense, the proposals are given by the defense minister. But those proposals must be accepted by the finance minister also. Because he is the person who is looking into the Indian finance system, accordingly he will give the nod to go ahead for spending this money. And today if you look at India, the same gentleman, Mr. Arun Jaitley, is both the defense minister and finance minister. Of course, the interest of the prime minister also comes into picture here. Without his knowledge, nothing will happen in the country. Prime Minister has said yes, and accordingly, the defense ministry, they have moved the proposals. Same gentleman, Arun Jaitley, and the finance ministry has accepted for this. Hence, it is very clear, in the coming 5 years, 80,000 crores are going to be spent. It's a very, very huge, and Indian defense system is going to be more strengthened. Kindly remember these points. I will show you the points, and after that, I think I have some questions. I'll show it to you. Try to answer this. The decision was taken by the Defense Acquisition Council. These are the 6 submarines. Clear? 6 submarines are going to be made indigenously. 8,000 anti-tank guided missiles are purchased from Israel. From Israel, you are going to get the 8,000 anti-tank guided missiles and 12 upgraded Dornier surveillance aircrafts. Again, 12 Dornier surveillance aircrafts. Look at this. The Defense Acquisition Council, it may be a question in the examination. It was constituted in the year 2001 and it provides overall guidance of the defense procurement planning process. That is one. And if you look at the next point, this is the most possible and probable question in the examination. Who is the chairman for the Defense Acquisition Council? And the answer is Defense Minister. Meaning, whoever is the Defense Minister, he will automatically become the chairman of the Defense Acquisition Council, that is called ex officio chairman. Defense Minister is the ex officio chairman of the Defense Acquisition Council. Next one, what is the objective of the DAC? It is to ensure the expeditious procurement of the approved requirements. Very, very important. Meaning is what? Once it is approved, meaning the Defense Acquisition Council is not just a recommending body, it will also do the follow-up process. Follow-up in the sense, it will try to make it speedy. That is called expeditious. Meaning, once we say that we are going to spend 80,000 crores on this, and there is a time period for this, within what time you are going to do this. It is not just a saying, but procuring this one is also very, very important. And that will be again looked into by the so-called Defense Acquisition Council. Meaning it is both recommending body and it is also ensure the expeditious procurement. Very, very important. And look at this. Maybe most of you may be knowing what is the meaning of the submarine. Look at this. It's a water craft. So it travels beneath the water and performs the operations independently. Clear? If it is going above the water, we are using the word ship, but submarine is always beneath the waters. And see here, when it comes to India, we have come across with the word submarine so many times. Originally, India did not have the indigenous technology for developing our own submarines. But today, India is assured we have our own technology with which we are developing the indigenous submarines. But all these days, whatever we have procured, the submarines, we procured submarines from Russia. Russia is a friend of India for quite long period of time. So with respect to our defense system or science and technology system, Russia has given enough support. And over a period of time, India also became very strong with respect to all these things, manufacturing mechanisms. Hence, we started developing certain things on our own, and that is called the indigenously developed one. And this year and last year, if you remember, 2013 in the month of August, February 2014 again, these are the 2 months, August 2013 and February 2014. If you remember this, there was a news that the two Indian submarines, they have collapsed. And unfortunately, some people also died. Very, very unfortunate. So the reason may be anything. So during that time, so it is considered to be the mismanagement. But it is considered to be really horrific. So how exactly these people are managing our submarines? And there was a blast, there was an explosion, they got exploded, some people have died, which is considered to be really dangerous one. Meaning that shows the weakness that is present in our system. This is the time where most of the countries in the world, they are developing lots of their technologies. Recently also we have seen Sweden, the country Sweden was searching in the underwaters because it got the news that a submarine from Russia has entered into its waters. So it was searching for this, and of course today the information is that Sweden has withdrawn the searching because it did not get any proof. But otherwise, submarines are going to play a crucial role with respect to any country. And India is also procuring so many things. But whenever such type of explosions will happen, that will show the inefficiency in the managing the system. Hence, the government has to be very, very careful. Of course, we have our own technology now. We are developing some submarines. Clear? Arihant is the first Indian submarine, so that we have already developed. But otherwise, most of the submarines have been taken from the Russia. And again, we are planning for some more submarines to be purchased from some other countries. Fine. Now, I'll open the document and I'll show it to you. Look at this. Now, which of the following is India's first indigenously built submarine? INS Sindhu Ratna, INS Sindhu Ghosh, INS Sindhu Rakshak. And the last one is the INS Arihant. But kindly remember, the first three, what I'm showing it to you on the screen, these are the submarines what we have got it from Russia. But when it comes to the option number 4, it is India's indigenously built submarine. It is INS Arihant. Very, 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 very important. Just now I was telling you that August 2013 and August 2013 and February 2014, our two Indian submarines, they got exported. One is the Sindhu Ratna, second one is the Sindhu Rakshak. And that made us to go for a bigger discussion, and India is gearing up to strengthen our defense mechanism, right? So in this particular one, the answer should be option number 4. It is the Arihant. Okay, so this is the answer. Kindly remember this. Look at the question, look at the answer. Now, I'm going to the next line. Look at this. Who of the following is the chairman of the Defense Acquisition Council? Just now I told you this one, A, B, C, D. Look at the options. And I told you so many times how to read the question and how to go for the answer. Read the question very slowly, very properly. Understanding, that is important for the success in the examination. A is the Prime Minister. Yes, we have seen. It's not the answer. Home Minister. No, he has nothing to do with this. C, Defense Minister. Yes, it is the answer. Kindly look at this. Army Chief. Army Chief is also there. But one thing I would like to tell you, let me come back onto the screen. As far as the Defense Acquisition Council is concerned, the chairman is the Defense Minister. But there are so many members in this Defense Acquisition Council. And out of that, 3 important members are the Army Chief, Air Marshal, and a Navy Admiral. So these 3 are also the members. With respect to the Army, Air Force, and Navy, these are the 3 people who will play the very, very crucial role. And they are the members. In the absence of them, it is not proper to take any decision with respect to the defense system. That is the reason why chairman is the Defense Minister. When it comes to these 3 members, of course, so many other members are there, but these are the 3 important and prominent people who are the members in the Defense Acquisition Council, right? Now, I'll just show you the document again. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D, we have seen. Answer is the C. Yes, it is the Defense Minister who is the chairman for Defense Acquisition Council. Now, look at this. I'm going to the next point here. Assembly elections, I'm talking to you. What do you mean by this? Very, very simple points here. Since the assembly elections are going on, right? This prompted me to have a discussion with you. Already we have seen, very recently we have concluded the assembly elections in Haryana and Maharashtra, and Haryana has got the new chief minister, and the government has been formed by the BJP. For the first time, BJP has formed the government on its own. For the first time, BJP person became the chief minister of Haryana. And when it comes to this Maharashtra, the elections have been concluded, but the chief minister candidate is yet to be announced. But BJP is all set to form the government. Whether they are going to take the support from Shiva Sena or Nationalist Congress Party, it is not clear. Of course, the BJP has announced that they are going to take a decision after Diwali. Diwali is over. Now, today's news is that on Friday, the coming Friday, BJP person is going to take the oath of office as the chief minister. But who is that person is not even clear even now. Also, some names are coming up, but who is going to become the chief minister? We have to wait and watch. and with whose support they are going to form the government is also very, very important. Shiva Sena is the old ally of BJP, but just before the elections, they cut the links. But as there is a saying, in politics, there is no permanent friend, there is no permanent foe. No permanent friends and no permanent enemies. That is the meaning of this. That is the reason anybody may come forward to extend its support to BJP. Shiva Sena is also ready, NCP is also ready. One party's support is enough for BJP. Right? So we have to just wait and watch what is going to happen. Next one. Next one, when it comes to the assembly elections, as we have seen, assembly elections are conducted in the country in any stage every 5 years. This is what the constitution says. Every 5 years, elections must be conducted. And next month, we are going to conduct the elections. In the month of November and December, we are going to have the elections in Jammu and Kashmir and Jharkhand. These are the two important cities which are going for the assembly elections. Of course, Jharkhand, the term is over. It is a 5 years. It is going to be conducted. When it comes to the Jammu and Kashmir, recently we have seen Jammu and Kashmir has been ravaged with the floods. We have discussed about that. So that is the reason why. So there was a doubt that whether the elections will be conducted in Jammu and Kashmir or not. But now the doubts have been cleared. Election Commission has given its nod. It is ready to conduct the elections, and the dates have been announced, and the elections are going to be conducted, and we are going to look at the elections in Jammu and Kashmir also. But kindly remember, just now I told you, the term of any assembly in the country is 5 years. Jammu and Kashmir is also one of the states in India. But the term of the assembly of the Jammu and Kashmir is 6 years, not 5 years. Why so? Since beginning, we have given the special status to Jammu and Kashmir. It has been permitted to have its own constitution. Under those provisions, the assembly of Jammu and Kashmir has a term of 6 years. In the year 2008, there was an election. Now the term is over. It is going to come to an end very soon. Now, hence, there is a necessity to conduct the elections, 2008 and 2014. But when it comes to Jharkhand, elections were conducted in the year 2009. This is the year 2014. Meaning, apart from Jammu and Kashmir, remaining all the state assemblies will have a term of 5 years. And we have to wait and watch. Right now, we know that there is Omar Abdullah, who belongs to National Conference Party, is the Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir. He is running the government with the support of the Congress Party. And after the elections, what is going to happen? So let's wait and watch. Today, the BJP has announced that without any alliances, BJP is going to contest in the elections on its own, number one. And the speculation is that there is a possibility of the change of the government this time. Some other political parties are also there, but otherwise, National Conference, PDP, Congress Party, BJP, these are the important parties over there. We'll just wait and watch. Next, another state is the Jharkhand. In Jharkhand also, today we have the coalition government and the chief minister is Hemant Soren. So many dramas have been taken place in Jharkhand. Initially, the government was established by BJP and Jharkhand Mukti Morcha. And that continued for a period of time. Later, Jharkhand Mukti Morcha withdrawn the support to the BJP. Hence, there was a president's rule in Jharkhand for a period of time. Later, Hemant Soren of Jharkhand Mukti Morcha became the chief minister of Jharkhand, and he became the chief minister with the support of the Congress Party. Now the time is up, so they have to go for the elections. That's the reason why we are going for the elections again. And if you look at Jharkhand, the total strength is 81 plus 1. 81 are elected and 1 is nominated. And we'll see which party is going to win during this time. Is there any possibility for the formation of the any party government on its own? So, right after looking at the whole scenario, let's try to analyze, or right after a period of time. But otherwise, and apart from this, we have NCT, National Capital Territory, that is New Delhi. In New Delhi, I told you already, there is no government today, but there is a president's rules. The election was conducted last year, we have seen, and Arvind Kejriwal became the chief minister of Delhi, and later he submitted the resignation letter. Since then, Delhi is under president's rules. So there were news that president's rule will be taken off and the assembly will be dissolved, elections will be conducted again. So on one side, this is what is happening. Now, if you look at Haryana and Maharashtra elections, the BJP has gained lots of strength. That was the reason the political analysts were thinking that BJP, which is there in the power at the central level, may recommend the President of India to remove the president's rule, dissolve the assembly, and go for the elections. So that this time BJP will be winning comfortably. Otherwise, in Delhi assembly, there are 70 seats, and out of that 70, 32 are won by the BJP. Of course, out of these 32, these 3 members, they have become the members of Lok Sabha today. Meaning they have submitted the resignation to the MLA-ship, assembly membership. Meaning there are vacancies in assembly. There are vacancies in the assembly of this Delhi. And yesterday, we have seen, surprisingly, the election commission has announced the by-elections for this Delhi. I would like to tell you what is the meaning of the by-elections. Whenever I use the word general election, these are the elections which are conducted every 5 years. And for all the seats in the assembly, the election will be conducted. That is the meaning of the general election. But because of some reason, what happens is that out of the existing members of the assembly, a person may die, or some people may submit the resignation letter, or some people may be disqualified. Reason may be anything. There are some vacancies in the assembly. If the vacancies are there in the assembly, the constitution makes it very, very clear that the election has to be conducted within a period of 6 months. And the election commission will again come forward to conduct the elections. But this time the elections are conducted only in those places where there is a vacancy. Not in every place. Already people are there. If the election is conducted only in that place where the vacancy is there, that elections are called by-elections. So there are 3 vacancies in Delhi Assembly today. Though it is under President's rule, Election Commission has announced that they are going to conduct the by-elections. So now the parties are gearing up. BJP is confident that it is going to win back all these 3. But unfortunately for Aam Aadmi Party, the news is that they don't have any strong members to contest in the elections. So we don't know what is going to happen. But of course, tomorrow, the Supreme Court is going to give its verdict. There is a public interest litigation that is filed in Supreme Court with respect to the dissolution of the Delhi Assembly. Depending on the verdict of the Supreme Court, either the assembly will be dissolved and we'll go for the fresh election for the whole assembly, or we may be going for the so-called the by-elections. So we have to wait and watch. So that news we are going to get it tomorrow. But as of today, for entire Jammu and Kashmir, there is going to be an election. That is called general election. For entire Jharkhand, we are going for the election. Again, it is called general election. With respect to Delhi, it is going to be by election. Only for 3 assembly seats, the election is going to be conducted. Is it clear? Now, I'll just open the document. I'll show it to you. Look at this now. The Election Commission has announced the assembly elections in Jammu and Kashmir, Jharkhand, and by-elections for Delhi Assembly. Here I have written something. What is by-election? Just now I told you. Kindly remember this. This is an election that is conducted only in those places where there is a vacancy. That's it. Look at this. The strength of Jammu and Kashmir is 87. When it comes to the Jharkhand, it is 81 plus 1 person is nominated. Kindly remember, in every state there is a provision that one person who belongs to Anglo-Indian community may be assembly by the governor. Constitution has permitted this. Lok Sabha, the president may nominate not more than 2 Anglo-Indians. When it comes to the state assembly, it can be done by the governor, but not more than 1. But the condition is that whomever you are nominating, that person should belong to Anglo-Indian community only. This will be done by the president and the governor in the respective houses only when they feel that these are the people who are not adequately represented in the house. Then only president will nominate not more than 2 to the Lok Sabha, and the governor may nominate not more than 1 Anglo-Indian to the Legislative Assembly. And of course, you must be knowing the last point here. Jharkhand was one of the states that was created in the year 2000. Otherwise, in the year 2000, we have created 3 new states: Chhattisgarh, Uttaranchal, and Jharkhand. Clear? And the Jharkhand was carved out of Bihar through Bihar Reorganization Act. Now, I'll show you some questions are there. Kindly have a look at this. Look at this. Look at the question, please. Who of the following is empowered to form or create new states? Hopefully, you can answer this very easily. The President of India, the Union Cabinet, the Union Legislature, or the State Legislature? Answer is option C. That is the Parliament. The Parliament of India create the new states, and this power is given to the Parliament by the Constitution. Hence, the answer is the option C. Right, option C is the answer. It is the most probable question, so kindly remember this. Okay, now I'm going to the next one. Look at this. The term of a state legislative assembly in India is, just now I told you, 4 years, 5 years, 6 or 7, and the answer is 5 years. Just now I told you, this is what is mentioned in the Constitution. Kindly remember. So the elections are going on. Of course, every year in one state or the other, the elections do happen. That's the reason at any time it may be a question in any examination. Kindly remember this. Am I clear? So option should be answer B. Next, I'm still scrolling it down. Look at this. The term of the State Legislative Assembly of Jammu and Kashmir. Again, 4, 5, 6, 7. What should be the answer? Kindly think. Just now I told you, answer is not B. It is not 5 years. It is 6 years. So this is the special provision with respect to the Jammu and Kashmir. Kindly remember one point. With respect to Jammu and Kashmir, Jammu and Kashmir is a state in India which has been provided with a special status. Jammu and Kashmir is the only state in India which has been permitted to have its own constitution. It does not mean that Jammu and Kashmir is not covered under the Indian constitution. It does. Under the first schedule of the Indian constitution, Jammu and Kashmir is also mentioned in the list of the states. Hence, Jammu and Kashmir is an integral part of Indian Union. There is no doubt about this. But under the provisions of the article number 370, Jammu and Kashmir has been permitted to create or formulate its own constitution. Hence, Jammu and Kashmir is the only state in the country which has separate constitution. That is the constitution of Jammu and Kashmir. Remaining all the citizens in the country are governed by single constitution, whereas the people in Jammu and Kashmir are governed by two constitutions. One is the Constitution of India, second one is the Constitution of Jammu and Kashmir. Hopefully I'm clear. That's one. Apart from this, kindly remember, since Jammu and Kashmir is there in the news, let me tell you one point. In India, we have a concept of single citizenship. We are all the citizens of India. That is number one. Wherever the state I am going, irrespective of the state to which I belong to, my citizenship belongs to India and not to any particular state. This concept has been added to the Indian Constitution in order to promote the concept of the fraternity. Fraternity means brotherhood. In order to promote the oneness and the brotherhood among the Indians, single citizenship concept has been taken for granted, and that is what our constitution says. But when it comes to Jammu and Kashmir, with respect to Jammu and Kashmir, apart from having a separate constitution, they also hold state citizenship. They are the citizens of India. They are also the citizens of the Jammu and Kashmir. Under the citizenship of Jammu and Kashmir, they enjoy some exclusive rights within the state. Hence, Jammu and Kashmir is always important for the discussions and for the special provisions what it is enjoying. But at the end of the day, kindly remember, entire Jammu and Kashmir is an integral part of India. Nobody can touch it. Hopefully I'm clear. I'll just show you the document. Look at this. The term of the State Legislative Assembly of Jammu and Kashmir is 6 years. You understood? That is, answer is C. Look at this. Another point. With respect to Jammu and Kashmir only, kindly look at this. Again, it's an important thing. Look at this. It is not present in any state except Jammu and Kashmir. Which of the following is the only state in India where the governor may nominate not more than two women members to the State Legislative Assembly if, in his opinion, the women are not adequately represented in the assembly? Answer is ABCD. Look at the names. Answer is Jammu and Kashmir. That is an important point. Kindly remember this. Right? So, Jammu and Kashmir is the only state in India, again, where there is a possibility of the governor nominating not more than two women members if, in his opinion, the women are not adequately represented in the assembly. Hopefully, I'm clear. So, these are the issues for today. Of course, some more points are there. So, we'll have a discussion tomorrow. And kindly, follow each news very clearly and carefully. And all the people, I request you, if you are interested to become the part of our IAS main course, kindly join as early as possible, because the last date is nearing up. October 30th is the last date. Clear? It's just a reminder for all of you here once again. And I wish you all the very, very best. Take care. Have a good day. Right? So good night. And let's meet tomorrow at the same time, 9 o'clock. Thank you so much. Good luck.